You've been told to focus, to visualize harder, to write it, say it, feel it, obsess over it. But what if that very effort is what's keeping it away? What if trying too hard is the energetic proof that you don't believe it's yours? Here's the truth no one teaches. You don't manifest through effort. You manifest through frequency. Desire doesn't bring it. Alignment does. And the more you chase, the more your field broadcasts lack. Wanting is a signal. Needing is a signal. Trying is a signal. And the universe doesn't listen to your words. It listens to your tone. When you align with what you seek, not mentally but vibrationally, you stop sending, "I want this," and start radiating, "This is natural to me." And reality has no choice but to match that resonance. So the real secret isn't to want it harder. It's to become the version of you who stopped needing to try, because that version already has it. Effort carries a frequency. So does silence. One screams, "I don't have it yet." The other whispers, "It's already mine." When you try too hard to manifest, you activate a subtle panic in your field. You think you're aligning, but you're actually confirming its absence. Every affirmation said in desperation, every vision board made in frustration, every script written while doubting, they all tell the field, "I'm not there yet." And the field listens, because reality doesn't respond to intensity. It responds to stability. True manifestation happens not when you're obsessed, but when you're relaxed, when your nervous system believes it, when your breath slows, when your energy field says, "I'm available for this," not from lack, but from certainty. That's why monks manifest in stillness. That's why mystics call it allowing instead of forcing, because silence is not emptiness, it's energetic readiness. It tells the universe, "I trust, I'm open, I'm aligned." And alignment doesn't beg. It doesn't chase. It doesn't micromanage timelines. It becomes the outcome before it arrives. The less you try, the more clearly the field can receive your signal. Because when your energy is calm, your reality becomes clear. Need is a powerful signal, but not the kind you think. Need tells the field, "I am not enough without this. Something is missing. I'll only be whole once it arrives." And energy doesn't lie. No matter how positive your affirmations sound, if they're built on a foundation of desperation, the field hears only lack. This is why people say, "I did everything right, but nothing changed." Because the vibration underneath was saying, "Please fix me." But here's the forbidden truth. You don't manifest what you need. You manifest what you are already safe to receive. And safe means you're not emotionally dependent on the outcome. You're available, not attached. You're open, not obsessed. You're aligned, not aching. So what should you feel instead? Wholeness, sufficiency, a subtle joy that says, "If it comes, beautiful. If it doesn't, I'm still whole." That's not apathy. That's energetic mastery, because the most magnetic frequency is not craving. It's clarity. And the universe doesn't send you what fills your emptiness. It sends you what matches your fullness. So if you want the desire to come faster, you have to stop trying to fill a gap with it. You have to become the version of you who would live the same way even if it never arrived. Because you're already in resonance. That's when it shows up, not as a reward, but as a reflection. Subscribe and hit the bell. Because what's next isn't just a technique. It's the most forbidden secret about how reality actually bends. You've been taught to want, to visualize, to focus your thoughts, to write your goals, to ask the universe again and again. But here's what no one told you. The field doesn't care about what you want. It only mirrors who you're being. This isn't metaphysical theory. It's energetic law. Every second, your body is broadcasting data, not from your words, from your state, your nervous system, your core beliefs, the rhythm of your breath, the honesty of your presence, and the field listens to that. If you say, "I want abundance," but your body is tight, anxious, gripping, you're not a match. If you say, "I'm ready for love," but you still feel unworthy, suspicious, or closed, You're not a match. You're not being punished. You're being reflected. This is where true manifestation begins, not by demanding more, but by becoming the person who doesn't have to ask anymore, because that person already lives in the vibration you're trying to reach. So ask yourself, how does that version of me move? How do they wake up? How do they speak, breathe, carry themselves? Not one day, now. Start living in that frequency before the evidence arrives, before it's safe, before it makes sense. Because the universe doesn't wait for proof, it waits for resonance. When you become a living match for the life you desire, you collapse time, you bend probability, you shift timelines, not because you forced it, but because your field said, this is normal now. And reality, being obedient to vibration, has no choice but to make it true. You've seen the affirmations. You've tried the vision boards. You've done the 5x55 rituals, the journaling, the scripting, the crystals under your pillow. And still, nothing. Or maybe it worked for a moment. But then things snapped back to normal, back to struggle, back to chasing, back to waiting. So why doesn't it last? Because most manifestation advice is built for the mind, but manifestation happens in the field, and the field doesn't speak words, it speaks vibration. You can't affirm over a nervous system stuck in survival. You can't vision board over a body carrying shame. You can't feel good your way around a core identity that still believes it's not safe to receive. That's why results don't stick, because the subconscious identity hasn't shifted. Your energy says, I'm still the struggler. I'm still the one who waits. I'm still not ready to hold what I'm asking for. So the universe, doing its job perfectly, mirrors back the life that version of you aligns with. Here's the truth. You don't attract what you want. You attract what your field is trained to accept. And to change the field, you don't need more effort. You need recalibration. Here's what actually rewires reality. 1. Somatic alignment. Get into the body. Feel where resistance lives. Is it in your throat, your chest, your gut? Breathe into it. Sit with it. Let the frequency unravel. 2. Micro-embodiment. Don't wait for massive change. Start with the small acts that match your future self. Walk slower, speak clearer, dress with presence, act like receiving is already normal. 3. Emotional integrity. Don't fake high vibes. Feel what's real, then transmute it. Sadness isn't failure. Avoidance is. When you do these things, you're not just thinking about a new reality. You're anchoring it into your nervous system. You're retraining your field to stop expecting pain and start allowing peace. Because manifestation isn't magic, it's magnetic accuracy. The field gives you what you're ready to live without resistance. So stop asking for a better life. Start training your body to hold one. And when your system stops flinching at the idea of having more becomes normal, effortless, automatic. There is one state that bends reality faster than any technique, ritual, or affirmation. It's not excitement. It's not obsession. It's not even gratitude, at least not in the way you've been told. The most magnetic state in the universe is this: inner certainty, not logical confidence, not fake it till you make it vibes, not overcompensating ego, but a quiet, grounded knowing that what you've asked for is already on its way because it's already within your field. It's the moment when the nervous system softens, not because the evidence has arrived, but because you're no longer waiting for evidence. You don't check your bank account 10 times a day. You don't refresh your email. You don't obsess over the timeline. You simply breathe like it's already done, and in that breath, you align. But here's the challenge. Inner certainty doesn't come from thinking harder. It comes from removing the noise that blocks it. Here's how you stabilize it. 1. Release proof addiction. The ego always asks, but where is it? The field asks, do you trust me? Certainty doesn't need signs. It creates them. 2. Practice stillness daily, not to escape life, but to hear the frequency of what's real underneath the doubt. Stillness is where alignment calibrates itself. If you can sit with silence long enough, it starts whispering answers you forgot you already knew. 3. Embody completion. How would you act if it was already done? Not pretend. Embody. Walk slower. Speak more calmly. Make decisions from wholeness, not worry. Because manifestation isn't about pulling something in. It's about becoming the energetic version of the outcome. And that version of you isn't waiting. They're already living it. Already resonating with it. Already stabilizing in the timeline where it unfolds naturally. Not because they forced it, but because they matched it. When you enter that state, not once, but consistently, you become undeniable. The field doesn't delay. It doesn't hesitate. It flows toward stability. And inner certainty is the most stable signal a human can emit. It says, I no longer chase. I don't beg. I don't need to prove. I am the frequency. And the frequency takes care of everything else. You've heard it before. Let it go. Detach. Surrender. But no one ever explained why. Because to the mind, letting go feels like giving up. Feels like saying, maybe I'll never get it. Feels like releasing the one thing you've been trying so hard to hold. But that's not what letting go is. Letting go doesn't mean you stop wanting it. It means you stop resisting its arrival. You stop clutching. You stop checking. You stop leaking energy into timelines that say, if I don't get this, I'll fall apart. Because here's what the mystics always knew. Need repels. Peace attracts. Letting go is not defeat. It's completion. It's the signal that tells the field, I've already tuned into it. I've already matched it. It can now flow in without distortion. Because desire plus attachment equals tension, but desire plus surrender equals magnetism. And this is why most people stay stuck. They hold on so tight, they choke the energy that was trying to reach them. They build timelines around fear instead of frequency. They turn dreams into burdens instead of blueprints. But the moment you let go, not in fear but in trust, you create space. And manifestation requires space. Space in your mind, space in your energy, space in your field to receive without interference. Because the field can't deliver to a location that's still clouded by control. Here's the real shift. Letting go isn't passive, it's active alignment. It's the choice to no longer live from the timeline of absence. It's the decision to live as if it's already done, because energetically, it is. And when you walk away from desperation, you don't walk away from your dream. You walk toward it with grace. Because now, it doesn't have to fight your fear to reach you. It meets you in silence. It arrives in stillness. It emerges in the exact moment your field becomes light enough to let it land. At the beginning, it felt like a search, a chase, a hunger. You wanted to manifest love, money, peace, recognition, freedom. You thought these things were outside of you, floating in the distance, waiting for you to find the right words, the right ritual, the right moment to finally deserve them. But now you see the truth. You weren't chasing the thing. You were chasing the version of you who believed it was already theirs. And that version was never far. It was just buried under layers of programming, fear, survival, self-doubt. Manifestation was never about creating something from nothing. It was always about removing the static between you and what was already aligned with your field. There's nothing to earn, nothing to force, nothing to beg for. There's only resonance and the choice to match it fully. You're not here to prove you're worthy. You're here to remember you're already whole. Because when you stop searching for the outcome and start becoming the vibration, you realize you were never waiting. It was never delayed. You were always enough. And the moment you drop the chase, you pick up something far more powerful, certainty. The kind that doesn't need proof. The kind that doesn't waver with the world. The kind that says, I don't need to manifest it. I just need to remember I was the source all along. So here's your final activation. What desire are you ready to stop chasing? Because you're finally ready to start receiving it? Drop it in the comments. Because this isn't the end of the journey, it's the end of trying and the beginning of living as the field itself.